See? Give it a couple of weeks and it's back. Hello vlog passengers, I know it's been a while, I'm not doing as much driving in the summer, but I am still driving on Mondays and I do have a book, actually a series of books to review today. Today I'm going to be reviewing Rick Riordan's Percy Jackson and the Olympians series. This is a series of 5.5 books. The 5 main books are The Lightning Thief, The Sea of Monsters, The Titan's Curse, The Battle of the Labyrinth, and The Last Olympian. And the half book is a book of short stories and some other tidbits of information called The Demigod Files, which should be read between books 4 and 5. And to tell you a little bit more about this series, I'm going to tell you a story about how the series came about. Rick Riordan, the author, was telling stories to his son, and he was focusing on Greek mythology because his son really loved Greek mythology. And his son was always asking him for more stories about these characters in Greek mythology, but eventually he ran out. So he did what any good storyteller does in that situation. He made up his own. And that's how the series of books came about. This series of books assumes that the characters from Greek mythology are still very much alive and well here in the 21st century. Mythology, you see, follows wherever the center of culture is, and so it was in Greece, and then it moved to Rome, and now it's in the United States. Mount Olympus is located in New York City, the entrance to Hades is in Los Angeles, Apollo's cattle are being kept at a ranch in Oklahoma, you know, that sort of thing. And not only are the gods and goddesses of Greek mythology alive and well, but their exploits with the mortals are also in full swing. And yes, I am talking about sex. The various deities still carry on torrid affairs with the mortals, and half-bloods or demigods are the result. Percy Jackson is one such demigod. And the thing about being the son or a daughter of a god or goddess is that it's really no picnic. Because demigods have a certain amount of power, being half-gods themselves. And the gods and goddesses are still every bit as jealous of their power as they ever were. And so demigods attract a certain amount of trouble, usually in the form of monsters that they have to fight off. It's a dangerous life, and as such, a camp has been set up for them. Half-Blood Camp, which is meant to train these children, these young demigod children, in the ways of being a hero. And so Percy Jackson finds himself at this camp, which is good because Percy Jackson is no ordinary demigod. He's the son of a pretty prominent god. Poseidon, you may have heard of him. And this is a bit of a problem because children of the big three, that is Zeus, Poseidon, or Hades, tend to be a little bit more powerful than other demigods. So much so that it led Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades to swear an oath never to have any more children shortly after World War II. Obviously that didn't work out so well. And all is not well on Mount Olympus, starting almost immediately with the first novel, when Zeus's master lightning bolt is stolen. There's also a plot by the Titans. You remember the Titans. The gods of Olympus overthrew them when they first took over. Well, the Titans have been out of power for far too long, they believe, and they want it back. And so Percy and his other demigod friends must inevitably go to fight for the gods and save the world from the Titans. So at this point, you might be thinking that this sounds a little bit like Harry Potter, and yes, there are elements of the story that are very similar to the Harry Potter series. And for the most part, he characterizes the gods very, very well. He doesn't sugarcoat anything. Everything is every bit as messy and whatever as real Greek mythology. He doesn't try to sugarcoat anything. And it's interesting to see what he does with the individual characters to kind of modernize them for the 21st century. So that's Rick Riordan's Percy Jackson and the Olympian series. I highly recommend it. It's quite engaging and quite fun, especially if you're into Greek mythology as I am. And on that note, I will actually be seeing you tomorrow for Question Tuesdays. Bye now.